Welcome to another leg of my Highway 1 road trip. I think we're probably missing the fence. All the fence is now missing. It'd be one of those two things. But let's try to ignore that and get our DC3 into the air, shall we? Go for it. And do take note of the two aircraft parked just over there on the left. Okay, we're flying. Yeah, but back to those two planes. They are annoying me. Now, in the last video I mentioned that I was getting two airports showing up here, both my custom scenery and the default one. So I did an edit to fix that, and that's now in my mega folder. However, my scenery doesn't have any AI traffic routes or anything like that. The default scenery does, and where those two planes are parked, that's exactly where the default scenery start positions are located. So I've got rid of the buildings, objects, the runway, everything has gone from the default scenery as it should from what I've done, but for some reason X-Plane is still reading and using the AI traffic stuff from the default one, and I just can't seem to get rid of them. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but I'm not going to worry too much, as it's not the most interesting of locations to land at, so yeah, and I never go there anyway. The only thing I think I could possibly do, maybe if it explains not finding AI traffic stuff in my scenery, because there isn't any, is it then deciding AI traffic routes are great, so let me look if there's anything for this place anywhere else, and putting those into the sim whether you want them or not. So I suspect that if I did have traffic routes in my version, then those default traffic things might go away, but there is a problem there. You can't put start positions and taxiways too close to a runway, and that place, well, it is just one big runway and nothing else really, so it's impossible to create AI traffic things there. WED, the world editor, just won't let you do it. Now, I'm guessing that's why the default airfield designer has made a little apron area off to one side, which doesn't actually exist in real life, I don't think. But it is far enough away from the runway then, where he can put start positions and taxi routes into his scenery. Such is life. I suppose I could add a fantasy apron myself and do the same kind of thing. Yeah, but I'll most likely not be back here again for quite some time, so I'm not sure I can really be bothered. We'll see. But for a better airfield, we're going to Taihape today. It's NZVR. I had a quick look at the route on Google Maps, and not a lot to tell you about really, as we're not going to be passing anything particularly interesting. Although when we do get to Taihape, two things of note there. Firstly, it has a public toilet with no Google reviews, not even one. The public convenience reviewing community have not been doing their job properly here. How are we supposed to know if this is a good place for a dump or not, without a Google review. I am most upset. Then, as for not doing their job properly, yeah, I must admit that I had one of those moments at Taihape as well. Back in X-Plane 11, when I was making lots of new scenery and adding stuff to New Zealand, had a look at this one, and the mesh for where the airfield was supposed to be had lots of bumps and slopes, and there's no way you could put a usable runway in there. So I made a brand new fantasy airfield just outside of the town on some ground which was flat. Nice enough little place, that did the job for quite some time, a number of years actually. Then, not sure exactly how or why, but one day I looked at it again and found that this bumpy field which I'd rejected previously was totally the wrong place, and the actual airfield was on another strip of land just south of where I'd been thinking it was. Now the correct spot isn't flat either, and it's a bit like the back of a spoon where the ends of the runway are noticeably lower than the middle, but it's good enough to use as a runway. So yeah, Taihape moved. The old airport got deleted, and finally I did put NZVR in the right place. So the now correct airfield, it's not as flat as it is in real life, but the slope does provide a bit of a unique challenge, and the airfield size, it's not that big either, which is part of the reason for flying this today, as I'm interested to see if we can actually land there. I think we should be okay, but well, we'll find out soon, won't we? Wind light variable, so not too much to worry about. We'll take the closest approach, although that, if I remember correctly, is the bigger upward slope on the runway than the other end. Yeah, if we're going to have a challenge, it may as well be a good one. Yeah, light and variable winds here in the sim, but that's not the case for the UK at the moment. And Storm Dara, which came to see us at the weekend. Yeah, I mentioned damaging the fence at Flat Hills at the start of the video. Well, there's a real fence in my back garden which didn't seem to survive the storm very well. Yeah, to be fair, the fence panels were old, partially broken, and did need replacing anyway, but Storm Dara has decided that I'm getting a new fence now, rather than at some point in the future. Lovely. Okay then, let's see what we can do. Runway in sight, bit high for it, but I think we can sort that out. Few bushes and this one tree to clear. Then it's get over the threshold and a big flare, the kind where we're probably going to be climbing a little bit again, but that's okay as the runway slope's going to be coming up to meet us. So, and ooh, that was not great, was it? Okay, down again the second time, brakes, and yeah, slowing down okay. This is actually a bit bigger than I thought it was. That went, yeah. Not sure if you'd call that a bounce back up, or if we hit the ground hard enough to knock planet Earth down out of our way a little bit. Yeah, not the smoothest ever, was it? Yeah, and I may have just altered the orbit of our planet by a small amount after hitting it that hard. Although try not to worry about that, it probably will take a few thousand years at least before we spiral into the sun and Earth is destroyed due to our new orbital trajectory. Hopefully we might be on have a colony on Mars by then, so fingers crossed I haven't doomed the entire human race. Hopefully. Yeah, so I'll see you again next time when we can go somewhere else and not have any more significant effects on the solar system. That would probably be good. Yeah, but bye.